Hey y'all. So we solidified the secure portion, right? Now it's time to really put work in because a lot of times people fail to realize in the midst of the relationship, even though both of y'all took the time out to sit here and grow, you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to growing, I get it when people try and sit here and say, hey, let's grow together. That's beautiful. I'm all with it. I did it before too. Until until I realize you can grow together, but God forbid, what if y'all break up? That growth that y'all took together, are you sure you know how to make it without that person? Because if y'all took the time out and did it together as a unit, now it's like you guys are no longer a unit. Are you still good to go? If so, kudos to you. Because when I did that, oh, I was a mess. But we're getting back on topic. That's why growing together is beautiful, like I promise you, it is. But before you grow together with your partner, you need to take that time out and grow by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, really get in tune with you and know yourself, right? So, let's break it down. You already took the steps. Y'all did it separately and then y'all did it together. Now, here's the hard part. When you grow with your partner, people grow in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the way you grow, it's like a trigger for that person, and they're just like, no, that's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that and this and that. First of all, it's no true meaning or breakdown on how to grow because you have different people out here. They've experienced different situations. So maybe their personal way of growing is not an eye opener for you or makes you look at them crazy. That's the thing. You shouldn't, because if that's the way they always grew, first, make sure, since people do have a different growth process, make sure when you're trying to grow, it's not you out here doing negative things to remove the pain or to remove what you should be going through right now. If you sitting here crying forever in a day and you're just like, let me get this bottle real quick because this is a lot. No, you're not growing. You're not growing. You're supposed to go through all of those feelings. If you're sitting here crying, you sitting here mad about it, think about it, fix it, right? So, y'all took the time out and y'all did this and that. Now you looking at your partner's growth patterns and you're just like, look, that ain't it. It's not. But you can't say that. Maybe that helps this person. And it's like, it all comes down to the tone. The tone is everything. You could have a conversation with someone, you could communicate with that person. It depends on, you're not going to sit here and communicate with me and start yelling at me. That ain't it. Because if you decide to do that, conversation is over. You know what I'm saying? And that's why communication is key, because it's like, look, I hear you talking to me. I hear it, but it's like you have a tone right now and you don't like it when I bring my tone out. So let's come together to agree when speaking to each other, we're going to minimize it a little bit because if not, when I maximize it, I don't want to hear nothing. You know what I'm saying? But not trying to get all rowdy and all that. The gist of it is when you're growing with someone, it's going to be very uncomfortable. As always, I only speak about things that I've been through. It is like so uncomfortable. It can get so frustrating, and y'all could potentially get into it, even though you guys are growing together. That's cool. But the next part would be even when y'all get into it, how is it resolved? Do you have a person that says, hey, I don't want to talk about it right now. Give me a minute. let me go out and get myself together. That's cool. I'm with it. But even though you went out and you took the time out to get yourself together, make sure you realize when you come back, we got to talk about it. I don't want you thinking just because you left and took time out, took a break, tried to get your thoughts together and your process in order, that means when you come back here, we good money. No, we're not good money. Even though you left to get you together, okay, you okay? You feel a little better? You got things in order. Okay, let's finish the conversation. And me personally, I hate it when people do that. Okay, like we get into it and you need time apart. That's cool. Do what you do, but don't come back in and act like everything is fine because you took time out and you had time with your thought process and everything. And in your mind, you think everything is okay. No, like it's not. We didn't speak about anything. There was no clarity given. We have no resolution. And that could really start to break down the relationship. If things go down like that and people just taking timeouts and all that and coming back like nothing ever happened, no, because you know what's going to happen? The next time it could be a light argument. And then because you weren't able to say what you were supposed to for the last argument, now you bringing that up. My personal opinion, I feel as though if something happened in the past and if y'all decided not to bring it up just because it's a new argument, don't sit here and go backwards on this person and want to bring up what they did back then. No, if it bothered you that bad, if your partner does not typically do the okay, we get into an argument, let's come to an understanding now. Maybe not. Maybe they do like taking breaks. Me personally, I hate that. I hate it. But I heard taking the time out is actually very beneficial because in the heat of the moment, you could sit here and say something, and I don't care how long it's been, that person will never forget what you said. And you can't go backwards. What came out your mouth and that other person's thought process. They're probably like, nah, it came out your mouth. You meant it. It's cool. And I get it. I'm slowly starting to understand when you get into a heated argument to make sure that you're not escalating this. Take the time out and get your thoughts in order before you say something that you could potentially regret. So I'm all with the taking the time out. But even though you took your time out, come back in this house and let's have a conversation so we can have a resolution, so we can move on. And it is horrible to go to sleep mad and the problem is not solved because what's going to happen? Y'all go to sleep mad. Y'all ain't messing with each other. Like, don't talk to me. Don't touch me. Do what you do. Don't do it over here, right? Go to sleep on that. And then you wake up in the morning. Whoever wakes up first, you just looking at your partner like, ugh, I can't wait to leave this house. You know what I'm saying? No, you should have fixed it yesterday because now yesterday's troubles started today's beginnings. Don't do that because that yesterday's situation is going to be on your mind all day. You're not going to be able to focus. So I'll say it again, do not go to sleep mad at your partner. Even if they don't want to talk about it, that's cool because sometimes it boils down to that. You could be with a partner and they're like, look, I just told you I need a minute. I'm here, I'm in a house, but I'm not there yet. And that's cool. But you could try to say, I get what you're saying. Is this an option? Because I'm about to go to bed and I'm not trying to go to sleep mad at you because I don't want it to start the beginning of my tomorrow. Is it okay for you to just be quiet and just listen to me and let me say what I need to say to you? Because at that point, at least you'll be like, I mean, at the end of the day, At least I tried. Even though my partner really wasn't with it, they wasn't feeling it at that time, at least I said what I said. And if that's not an option, I don't know, because I am growing, okay? Like, I'm growing, but I absolutely hate going to sleep mad like I do. I just sit here and come in the room and be like, look, I get it. You ain't messing with me like that and all that. But look, I gotta say what I gotta say because I'm not trying to go to sleep on this. I don't feel like being bothered, Gina. I hear you, but just listen to what I gotta say, and I won't bother you for the night because I'm about to go to bed anyway. Say what I said, and then I go to sleep. Sometimes when you do stuff like that, even if you are asleep, your partner may come in and be like, yo, after you said what you said, I thought about it and this and that, right? Sometimes, sometimes, I don't want y'all sitting here quoting me. Like, Gina, I did exactly what you said, and he and she ain't say nothing to me. So, listen to me. I said sometimes it could potentially be like that. And the reason why I keep saying sometimes is because who knows? Your partner probably looking at you like, oh my gosh, all you like to do is talk. Like, just shut up and let it be. And maybe in that moment, because you said what you said and you finally, I don't know how long it's going to last, but you finally said what you said and you went right to sleep. Sometimes when you do that, it makes the person even think more than what they were thinking. Like, wow, it could be a potential that my partner is really fed up because normally they would give me the time to sit here and think on it, but they made it a priority before they went to sleep to tell me how they felt, and I haven't heard nothing from them since. That could make your partner think, I don't know, like, is this the end? Like, how are you feeling? That could start a conversation. It could. I don't even be caring. Even if I'm asleep and you want to talk, hey, I'm up. What's going on? You want to have the resolution now? Sometimes it be like that. But that's why growing together, it's not easy. And if anyone tells you that it's easy, oh no, like that wasn't nothing. We got it done. No, that means they did not grow properly. Because anything that you do in life, it's not going to be a one, two, three. Not at all. You're gonna come across bumps. And like I always say, when you come across bumps, when you come across failures and all that, that is so beautiful because it's nothing but a pause in your story. And you don't even know your best part could be coming next if you continue. Like, don't give up. Because so many people be so close to what they've been working hard for and they just hate the failure. And it's just like, I'm just not getting anywhere. I'm done. No. As long as you're able to sleep every night and wake up the next morning, you can keep going. Don't give up. So, after talking about all of this, of course, we got to do a personal talk. So, especially on this growing together. Growing together is so hard, like so hard, because you feel like you're sitting here and you putting all this work in, and then when you look at your partner, they're putting in work too, but of course, we all have our own personal vision of everything. In your mind, you feel like your partner is not going as hard as you. And that's invalid. I realize that. Like, how are you sitting here judging someone on their growth process? Because what if the roles were switched? And what if he was like, look, like, I've been ready from the day I met you, and you weren't even where you are now. I could have sat here and dipped, you know what I'm saying? Or I could have never came back. So you got to be real tricky with that. Like I said, I'm in the growing process, okay? Like, it's taken a good little minute, and that's why, like in the prior episode, I made it a priority. that when you sit here and you're really truly going through your growing stages, because think about it, there's never an age, there's never a time when we actually stop growing. We age, but you can keep growing for the rest of life. You know what I'm saying? It's always something new to learn. And when you're growing through this stage, seriously, like honestly speaking, picking a partner during your growing stage is so important because you could sit here and have a partner that was in your broken phase and you're trying to grow right now. That partner is going to destroy all of the growing that you did and bring you right back to where you used to be. And then you can't blame that person. You chose to go backwards. That's on you. If we're growing, no one's saying you can't go back to an ex or whatever. I'm not saying that. Absolutely not. I'm just saying you have to look at the other person's mindset. You know what I'm saying? Don't judge someone on their growing because you wouldn't want to be judged either. Don't do that. Just make sure at the end of the day, at some point, however your story's going, there has to be a similar end goal. Like, I can't want to go to 13th Street and you at 6. It's not gonna match. It's not gonna match. We could sit here and put work in though to get there together, but I don't want you thinking that that's your permanent destination. Like you're not trying to move forward. And sometimes you could really be in an instance where maybe you or your partner, you know what I'm saying? You guys are not 100%. And as that being your partner, you have to stick up for it. I'm not with the gender roles. Like, no, as a man, you're supposed to be doing this, or you're a woman, you're supposed to be doing this. No, at the end of the day, we're equal. I'm not with the whole make the woman happy and everything will be good. And no, that's invalid. Don't follow that. Both partners in a relationship should be happy, because how is it going to be a good relationship when one person is happy and the other one is just doing it just because? You could even be in a situation where your partner is like, honestly, if you get that man or woman mad enough, that's when the honesty really comes out. They'll sit here and hit you with it. You know what? I wasn't even really trying to do that. I only did it because I didn't want to hear your mouth. How would you feel? Maybe if you take the time out and stop making it about you and make it about us, things would get a little better. Because if you sitting here and just thinking about you, you might as well be by yourself, because then it's turning into nothing but trying to control someone. And I'm sorry, life doesn't work like that. There is no such thing as a happy ending when you're sitting here controlling someone that's not your child. That that's a lot. That's why picking a partner, like, I don't care if you have friends and family or whoever want to sit here and hit you with a, oh no, like, you're so bougie. Like, you really just couldn't accept this and that or whatever. You know what? If it means that much to you, how about you accept it? You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I'm going through. And you don't know the type of future that I'm trying to create for myself. If you're okay with just sitting here and accepting the bare minimum, you do that. That don't got nothing to do with me. Have a good one. And that's not rude or anything. You heard the way I said it? Like, my tone was like, okay. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't cussing at anyone. See? That's what growth do. Just take the time out and understand certain things in life. Depending on the path that you're going on, you're just going to be like, you know what? Every single thing does not need a response. Like, I don't even have to go backwards to respond to you. Because if you put me in a position to go backwards, my growth is out the door. Don't do it to yourself. Do not. And speaking about that, that's like the next episode. Ooh, it's going to be a good one. But yes, y'all, for a closing caption, I just want y'all to make sure when y'all are taking that next step and growing together, just take it easy on one another, because even though I know you guys spoke about the past and this and that and how it made you feel, sometimes in the midst of the moment, we forget the other person's past, and we could even be, without knowingly, bringing up the trauma in the other person's past. That's why just be careful with each other, you know? Just make the best life. Take this time out to grow together and make it do what it do. Alrighty, you guys. I will speak to you guys next Sunday.